The NBA is home to some of the richest athletes in the world. The league's biggest stars can earn tens of millions of dollars every season from their contracts alone. Today, we're counting down the 10 richest active NBA players in 2026, starting with an estimated fortune of around $100 million and ending with a player worth an extraordinary $1.4 billion. Number 10. Jimmy Butler. Estimated net worth, approximately $100 to $120 million. At number 10 is Jimmy Butler, one of the toughest and most recognizable players of his generation. Butler entered the NBA in 2011 after being selected by the Chicago Bulls with the 30th overall pick. His rise was anything but ordinary. He developed from a relatively unknown draft pick into a six-time NBA All-Star and one of the league's most respected two-way players. Butler became particularly famous for his performances in the playoffs, helping lead the Miami Heat to multiple deep postseason runs. His basketball career has generated well over $100 million in salary, but his financial portfolio goes beyond the NBA. Butler is also an entrepreneur. He founded Big Face, a coffee brand that grew from his personal passion for coffee into a legitimate business. He has also built endorsement partnerships and invested in different ventures outside basketball. In 2026, his estimated net worth is around $100 to $120 million. And while that is already an enormous fortune, it is only the beginning of our list, because the player at number 9 has accumulated an even larger fortune during his NBA career. Number 9. Klay Thompson. Estimated net worth, approximately $150 million. At number 9 is Klay Thompson. Thompson became a global basketball star as one half of the legendary Golden State Warriors backcourt alongside Stephen Curry. The duo became known as the Splash Brothers, helping transform the Warriors into one of the most dominant teams in modern NBA history. Thompson won multiple NBA championships and established himself as one of the greatest three-point shooters in basketball history. His career earnings from the NBA have been enormous. He also signed a major long-term endorsement deal with Anta, after previously being one of Adidas' biggest basketball athletes. Thompson has also invested in businesses outside basketball. Estimates of his net worth vary depending on the source, but in 2026 his fortune is generally placed around $150 million, and his wealth could continue to grow as he enters the later stages of his playing career. But the next player has already built a fortune that is even larger. Number 8. James Harden. Estimated net worth, approximately $165 million. At number 8 is James Harden. Harden entered the NBA in 2009 and eventually became one of the most prolific offensive players in league history. He won the NBA MVP award in 2018 and became an annual All-Star while playing for teams including the Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, and Los Angeles Clippers. But Harden's financial success goes far beyond his NBA salary. Throughout his career, he has earned enormous amounts from endorsement deals. One of his most significant commercial partnerships was with Adidas, with a deal that could reach approximately $200 million. Harden has also invested in businesses and sports organizations. He has held a stake in the Houston Dynamo and has invested in restaurants and other ventures. By 2026, his estimated net worth is approximately $165 million. And after more than a decade in the NBA, Harden has built a financial portfolio that extends far beyond basketball. But number 7 has built an even bigger empire. Number 7. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Estimated net worth, approximately $170 million. At number 7 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis' story is one of the most remarkable in modern basketball. Born in Greece to Nigerian parents, he grew up in difficult circumstances before being selected by the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2013 NBA draft. He went from an extremely raw young prospect to one of the most dominant players in the world. Giannis has won multiple MVP awards, a Defensive Player of the Year award, and led the Milwaukee Bucks to an NBA championship in 2021. His basketball contracts have generated enormous amounts of money, but his commercial career is also expanding rapidly. Giannis has a major partnership with Nike, including his own signature shoe line. He has also invested in businesses alongside his brothers and expanded his interests beyond basketball. By 2026, his estimated fortune is approximately $170 million. And considering that Giannis is still in the prime of his career, his net worth could climb dramatically in the years ahead. But number 6 has already accumulated even more. Number 6. Anthony Davis, estimated net worth, approximately $180 million. At number 6 is Anthony Davis. Davis entered the NBA in 2012 as the first overall pick of the New Orleans Hornets, now known as the Pelicans. He quickly became one of the best defensive players and most dominant big men in the league. His career reached another level when he joined the Los Angeles Lakers. In 2020, Davis helped the Lakers win an NBA championship. His basketball contracts have generated hundreds of millions of dollars over the course of his career. He has also earned substantial income through endorsement partnerships with major brands. Davis's size, athleticism, and reputation as an elite defender made him one of the NBA's most marketable players. By 2026, his estimated net worth is around $180 million, and with additional seasons still ahead of him, that number could continue rising. But the next player has earned even more throughout his NBA career. Number 5. Damian Lillard, estimated net worth, approximately $200 million. At number 5 is Damian Lillard. Lillard entered the NBA in 2012 and quickly became the face of the Portland Trail Blazers. He became one of the league's most dangerous long-range shooters and one of the most clutch players of his generation. Lillard is also a 7-time NBA All-Star and one of the highest-scoring guards of his era. His NBA career has already generated more than $190 million in salary, but his income outside basketball has also been substantial. Lillard signed a massive endorsement partnership with Adidas, reportedly worth as much as $100 million. And basketball isn't his only creative pursuit. Lillard has released music under the name Dame DOLLA, building another brand outside the NBA. He has also invested in businesses and developed additional commercial partnerships. His estimated net worth in 2026 is approximately $200 million. And while that number is massive, the top 4 are even wealthier. Number 4, Stephen Curry, estimated net worth, approximately $240 million. At number 4 is Stephen Curry. Curry completely changed the way basketball is played. After entering the NBA in 2009, he became the greatest three-point shooter in NBA history and helped turn the Golden State Warriors into a modern dynasty. He has won multiple NBA championships and MVP awards and became one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. But Curry's financial empire goes far beyond his Warriors' salary. His most famous commercial partnership is with Under Armour, which eventually led to the creation of his own Curry brand. He has also invested in entertainment, media, and technology. Curry's production company, Unanimous Media, has developed film and television projects. He has also made investments in professional sports and other businesses. Forbes estimated that Curry earned approximately $124.7 million in the 12 months leading up to May 2026, including around $59.7 million on the court and $65 million off the court. His estimated net worth is around $240 million. And the fascinating part is that Curry's business income can now rival his basketball earnings. But 3 players have built even larger fortunes. Number 3, Kevin Durant, estimated net worth, approximately $300 million. At number 3 is Kevin Durant. Durant entered the NBA in 2007 and quickly became one of the greatest scorers in basketball history. He won multiple scoring titles, 2 NBA championships, and an MVP award. But Durant's financial strategy has been particularly impressive. He has earned hundreds of millions of dollars in NBA salary throughout his career. He has also signed major endorsement agreements, most notably with Nike. But his biggest financial move may be his investments. Through his company 35V, Durant has invested in dozens of companies across technology, media, sports, and entertainment. His portfolio includes investments in more than 80 companies, according to Forbes. Durant has also acquired ownership interests in professional sports organizations and other businesses. Forbes has reported that Durant's career earnings have surpassed $1 billion when combining salary, endorsements, and other income. His estimated net worth in 2026 is around $300 million, and that number could continue growing long after his playing career ends. But the number 2 player is even richer. Number 2, Russell Westbrook, estimated net worth, approximately $375 million. At number 2 is Russell Westbrook. Westbrook entered the NBA in 2008 and became one of the most explosive point guards in basketball history. He won the 2017 NBA MVP award and became famous for his extraordinary athleticism and triple-double numbers. At one point, Westbrook became the first player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double over an entire season. He eventually did it multiple times. His NBA contracts have generated more than $300 million in salary over his career. But Westbrook also developed a significant business portfolio. He has worked with major brands and developed his own fashion and lifestyle interests. He launched the Honor the Gift clothing brand and has invested in other ventures. His estimated net worth is approximately $375 million, and that puts him far ahead of almost every other active NBA player, except for one, because the richest active NBA player in 2026 isn't merely a multimillionaire, he's a billionaire. Number 1. LeBron James. Estimated net worth $1.4 billion. And at number 1 is LeBron James. LeBron entered the NBA in 2003 as the first overall pick and was immediately considered one of the most promising basketball players ever. More than 2 decades later, he has lived up to those expectations. LeBron has won multiple NBA championships, multiple MVP awards, and became the NBA's all-time leading scorer. But his financial achievements may be just as impressive. In 2026, Forbes estimates LeBron James' net worth at approximately $1.4 billion. That makes him one of the few active professional athletes to reach billionaire status. And unlike many athletes, a huge portion of LeBron's wealth comes from businesses and investments rather than basketball salary. Throughout his career, he has earned hundreds of millions of dollars from the NBA, but his endorsement portfolio has been enormous. He has had long-term partnerships with companies such as Nike, and his commercial empire extends into entertainment, sports, and consumer businesses. LeBron is also a major investor. Through his business interests, he has acquired stakes in sports franchises, including ownership positions connected to professional baseball, soccer, and other sports ventures. His entertainment company, Spring Hill, has produced films, television shows, and other media projects. And perhaps most importantly, LeBron has consistently treated his name as a business asset. Instead of simply getting paid to promote brands, he has sought ownership stakes and long-term investments. Forbes estimates that he earned more than $100 million annually from endorsements and business activities at various points in his career. That combination of NBA earnings, endorsements, investments, real estate, and business ownership has pushed his fortune to approximately $1.4 billion, and that puts him more than $1 billion ahead of the second richest active player on our list. So, those were the 10 richest active NBA players in 2026. And if you want to see how the world's richest athletes spend their fortunes on mansions, cars, private jets, and other luxury assets, make sure to subscribe. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel Dios to satisfy your curiosity.